Kailan mo ba masasabi na yung punto o ideya na gusto mong ipahayag ay naipararating mo ng tama? This is English for academic and professional purposes, and this time we'll be talking about thesis statement. At the end of this discussion, you are expected to learn how to identify and write a thesis statement. Bago ang lahat, i-define muna natin kung ano ang thesis statement. A thesis statement is basically the central idea of a text, meaning to say, dito umiikot ang lahat ng pangyayari, impormasyon at nagaganap sa isang teksto. It is the basic idea around which the paper will develop, meaning to say that as your text goes further, every single idea that you would include in your text should always go back to your thesis statement. Lahat ng mga impormasyon na idadagdag mo pa ay iinog lamang at babalik sa iyong thesis statement. A thesis statement declares the main purpose of the entire paper. Ibig sabihin, sinasagot nito ang tanong kung para saan ba yung isang text, yung isang article, o yung isang essay. Before we go further, let us first try to unlock some of the following terms. Ito ay ilan sa mga terminolohiya na may kinalaman sa ating talakayin. First, we have claims. Claims is an assertion that supports a thesis. Ibig sabihin, ito yung sumusuporta sa bagay na nais mong patunayan. Counterclaims are simply the arguments opponents make to refute your claims. Ito yung opposite ng iyong claims. Evidence is the information that supports a claim and persuade others to believe you. Supporting details are pieces of information necessary to better understand the main idea. They can be facts, reasons, testimonies, statistics, and experiments that support the topic sentence. Major details directly support the topic sentence, while minor details directly support the major details. Now, let's go back to thesis statement. A thesis statement is a controlling idea that the writer is attempting to prove. Ito yung gusto mong patunayan sa iyong text. It could be a one-sentence summary that guides, controls, and unifies when writing a paper. Ibig sabihin, ito yung humuhulma o nagpapadaloy sa isang sulatin. A thesis statement can be expressed or can be implied. Pag sinabi nating expressed or explicit, these are noticeable, definable, specific, straightforward, and directly stated thesis statement. Yun bang obvious na nakikita at nababasa dun mismo sa isang teksto? Implicit thesis statements, on the other hand, are not directly stated. Maaari mo lamang itong malaman sa pamamagitan ng pag-aanalisa sa mga bagay na iprinisenta. Bakit nga ba tayo nagsusulat ng thesis statement? We write thesis statement first to test your ideas by narrowing them into a sentence or two. Ibig sabihin, pinapaigsi natin yung isang malawak na ideya nang sa gayon mas higit itong maunawaan ng mga magbabasa. Pangalawa, to better organize and develop your argument. Katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, ito ay tumutulong sa pagbabalangkas o paghuhulma ng ating mga argumento o yung nais nating iparating sa ating mga readers. Pangatlo, to provide the reader with guide to the argument nang sa gayon matulungan natin sila na mas maunawaan pa yung gusto nating patunayan na punto o iparating na mensahe. Now, what are the characteristics of a good thesis statement? First, a good thesis statement takes a stand on the prompt. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang issue na tinatayuan o meron siyang isang argumento na ipinaglalaban. Ang isang thesis statement, kailangan maipakita niya kung ikaw ba ay pro, nag-a-agree ka ba, sumusuporta ka ba, o ikaw ay cons, o negative ka ba, or disagree ka ba sa isang punto or sa isang konsepto. Next, a good thesis statement is specific. Kailangan klaro kung ano yung topic o yung konsepto na nais mong patunayan o na nais mong i-address. Because if it's too broad, if it's too general, malilito ang audience kung ano ba talaga yung gusto mong patunayan o ipaglaban. A good thesis statement is unified and expresses one idea. Ibig sabihin, kailangan iisa lamang yung paksa na nais mong talakayin at hindi malilito ang iyong readers sa kung ano man yung nais mong iparating sa kanila. A good thesis statement does not simply state a fact, but sets the stage for analysis of a topic. You should not only define a particular topic, but you should stand as to whether you agree on a particular issue or you disagree on that particular issue. At kailangan, meron pa ring point of analysis para sa iyong audience. Dapat ma-involve sila at it must also fit their interest or suit their interest. You don't just reiterate, you don't just restate a particular topic, a particular issue, or a particular concern. You try to address it instead. There are three qualities that a thesis statement must possess. First, it must be concise. Pag sinabi natin concise, it must be brief pero malaman or may substance. Next, it must be contentious. Meron kang bagay na nais suriin, alamin o ipaglaban. Next, it must be coherent o magkakaugnay. Kailangan iisa yung pinatutunguhan or pinatutunggalan ng iyong thesis statement. Remember that a thesis statement, unlike a usual topic or titles, uses a complete sentence. Consider the following statements. Necessity of a college education. This is more of a title than a thesis statement. Ibig sabihin, something is lacking, may kulang pa. Next, college education is important. Although this is a sentence, but this statement is too broad. Ibig sabihin, masyadong malawak yung saklaw ng iyong thesis statement. Remember that a good thesis statement must be specific. Next, getting a college degree is important because it will equip a student to become a professional in his or her chosen field, and it will widen his or her perspective of the world. This is an example of an accurately written thesis statement. Bakit? Because it has one subject and at least two arguments. May mga steps tayo kung paano tayo makakagawa ng isang thesis statement. Katulad ng example na to. As shown above, one strategy that you can use in writing a thesis statement is through asking a question. After identifying the topic, ask questions that would answer multiple details. The answer to this question is most likely your thesis statement. Let's say topic is jogging. Your question, self-formulated question is, why jogging is beneficial? Then your thesis statement could be, jogging is beneficial because it positively affects physical well-being and mental fitness. Pero paano nga ba tayo nagsusulat ng isang effective thesis statement? Here it is. First, it should be written in a complete sentence with clearly stated subject. Computers as helpful tools in teaching and researching. Masyadong vague o hindi malinaw kung ano nga ba yung gusto niyang patungkulan. Unlike sa isang example, computers can help a teacher effectively impart the lesson and research information. 2. It should not be too narrow nor too broad, and it should contain at least two details. Ibig sabihin, huwag masyadong malawak yung saklaw at huwag din naman masyadong specific to the point na wala na tayong pwedeng i-probe o pwede pang patunayan dun sa ating thesis statement. Number 3. Avoid an awkward thesis statement which states the obvious. These statements usually start with the phrase, I will tell you, or I will talk about. Let's take a look on the following examples. I will tell you about how the increase in the number of squatters in Metro Manila can be attributed to the effects of overpopulation and gentrification. Again, iniiwasan natin ang paggamit ng mga phrase like, I will tell you. Mas mabuti na gawin ito. An increase in the number of squatters in Metro Manila can be attributed to the effects of overpopulation and gentrification. Number 4, enumerated details should have the same level of significance. Ibig sabihin, kailangan alam natin kung alin sa mga gusto nating patunayan, kung alin sa ating mga argumento, kung alin sa ating mga pinupunto, yung magkakapareho ng level ng importansya. O kung sakali bang merong mga iba pang ideya na pwede na nating ipasok sa isa pang ideya, ay gawin na natin, katulad ng mga sumusunod na example. Overseas Filipino workers help raise the country's economy, add more revenues, and promote the hospitality of Filipinos. Mapapansin natin na dun sa kabila ay hindi na natin inilagay yung add more revenues dahil ito ay pareho na rin naman ng ideya ng raise the economy. Number 5, it should not state an absolute fact because it will not present any central idea that can develop further. It should have a point. Katulad nito, Rizal Park is located in Manila. Very absolute na yan. That is just a main description of where it is located. Unlike sa pangalawa, Rizal Park, which is located in Manila, is a reminder of our nationalism and revolution. Ibig sabihin, pwede pa itong pag-ikutan ng isang argumento para sa mga nag-a-agree o sa mga hindi nag-a-agree. Sa mga sumusuporta at hindi sumusuporta sa isang thesis statement. Muli, tatandaan natin na ang thesis statement ay ang pinakasentro ng isang talakayan o ng isang sulatin. Dito umiinog ang lahat ng mga impormasyon at mga detalye na idinadagdag natin sa ating sulatin. Mahalagang tandaan ng ating thesis statement ay dapat concise, contentious at coherent. Ibig sabihin, dapat ito ay simple, payak, subalit substantial o mayaman. Contentious, ibig sabihin, nagbibigay ng pagkakataon para sa iba pang pagsusuri, talakayin at iba pang mga ipinaglalaban ng mga ideya. Coherent, ibig sabihin ang bawat salita at ang lahat ng mga ideya ay may kaugnayan sa bawat isa. Kapag nagawa mong lahat ng ito, tiyak anumang punto na nais mong ipahayag ay may pararating mo ng tama.